You guys already know the vibes. It's Ramsey here, the founder of Top Tier Closers, and today I'm with Ryan. Ryan's an absolute legend, took full advantage of the program, and he's made $15,000 in commissions in his first month on his offer. And today we're going to dive deep on how he did it and how you could do the exact same thing. Ryan, how you doing, brother? How you feeling?
Sup, Ramsey? Doing well this morning. Just wake up, hyped up, ready to get the day started.
Got a lot of calls today?
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
that's good vibes, bro. All right, let's dive in, man. Why don't we sort of tell everyone how we met, you know?
Yeah. I was just always like, I'm an entrepreneur, right? So I was always looking left and right, my IG, fixing my FYP, everything like that. And then he just kept popping on my screen. I was like, who's this Ramsey guy? I kept seeing him like over and over. So I decided to click on your page and I saw what you do, remote high ticket sales. I always knew what sales was, right? I've been on multiple calls for different businesses, but I was like, this seems cool. Like remote high ticket sales, what is that? So I watched a couple of your videos just to kind of understand a little more. And I saw you explain it pretty well. And I'm like, wow, that seems interesting. So I booked a call. I was like, let me talk to this guy, see what's up. And then just booked a call, got to meet you, talked about it, saw what it was, fell in love with it, and the rest is history.
Yeah, that's amazing. Um, you didn't have any prior sales experience for this in the past, right?
Zero, zero sales experience.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome, bro. It's crazy. You just graduated school for what was it again?
I'm studying biotech. So
That's
like bio and business and yeah.
literally the complete opposite of sales. That's crazy. Mind blowing. Okay, cool, bro. Um, why don't you talk a little bit about like your experience with top tier closers, the community, like all the stuff you had access to, all that good stuff.
Yeah. So ever since I joined, it was a very warm welcome. I got added to, the community. I got to meet a lot of people that were like me. I was surprised at how hungry everybody was because I always knew they were entrepreneurs, but like people in sales are different. They're like a different breed. So it was immediately like the warmth and everybody was hungry. I got to first and foremost, I love the structure of everything. Um, I'm a big like structured guy, so I loved how organized everything was from the start to get me all the way from a complete beginner to where I'm at right now. So number one, I had access to a really nice community where I met a lot of people. We did a lot of role plays and mock calls. We got to practice real world situations. And then I got access to this really nice site called Flozy, and I would love to share my screen if you don't mind, just so I can like show the people what it entails. Can I do that?
Be my guest, bro.
All right, cool.
Show them, show them, show them.
Okay. So, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I got access to this insane website called Flozy, and little did I know that it was because you invested bank into getting this from none other than Iman Gaji. So, hey. So I just accessed it, immediately from the start. You can see with the welcome, you get everything organized. So I really love the task section where starting week one all the way up to where I'm at now, it's very organized. So you get starting with mindset, your personal goals, then you dive into objections, values. So I never lost track of where I'm at, and I knew where I was and what I was missing throughout the whole thing. Um, I love the brain section where the real focus, what I really found the most important in sales is the 10-step framework. So it's what we kept practicing since day one on how to start a call all the way down to the 10th step, which is where you present and close. So I really love that. I love the objection handling masterclass. But really, what really set this apart, in my opinion, was the psychology behind everything extra. So, for example, digging deeper with prospects, the different types of personalities that I deal with, body language skills when you're on a Zoom call. Like I didn't even expect to learn that. I just thought it was just a sales process, but this really elevated me to be a top tier closer. So you get insane detailed documents about everything that you can't even imagine. I love the board section as well. So it's very personalized. That's what I really liked is starting in week one. You can fill out your mindset questionnaire, your goal templates, so that you can be able to see as a coach where we're at and where we're headed and find the missing gaps. And then what I really loved is that we're able to talk about it and dive deeper on our one-on-one calls. So that's another thing that I really valued in the community is obviously I'm going to learn all this information, which is beautiful, but then on the calls, really transform it to knowledge. So everything I learn, we're able to dive deep and make it personalized to me and where I'm at. And you kind of challenge me to kind of outgrow where I'm at to get to the next level. So I really, really love that personal one-on-one calls that I had with you. Um, I like the media section as well. So in this one, it's essentially any calls. So we do have group calls, which I really liked, very organized. You have your presentation. You call people on the spot to
Yeah.
challenge people to like go into the discovery section, objections, things like that. And then everything is recorded. So there are some times that I could not attend. I would always rewatch it, kind of gain all that expertise. And yeah, it's just very organized from point A to point Z in that. So I really did like that as well.
I remember you went on vacation for a little bit, right? Didn't you go to, I think it was Turkey, Lebanon, and maybe France, if I'm not mistaken?
The south of France, yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that's good vibes. So that's when like sort of you were watching the recordings when you couldn't necessarily make the group coaching and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because of the time difference and stuff, I could always access the resources at any time, wherever I want. So as long as I have Wi-Fi, that's it.
Yeah, and then with the one-on-ones, it was like super simple. I just sent you a calendar link and you just booked whatever worked for you and we would just, hop on and talk,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. 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 It was always around my schedule, which I liked. It wasn't like a set day. It was just a calendar, and I booked whenever I had time, which was really cool.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. I try to make it as easy as possible for people. Um, and that's why I feel like a lot of our students see success. I'm sure people can see a bunch of testimonials. Now, obviously, learning is great. Like, guys, I've done millions of dollars personally in cash collected for Ty Lopez, Eric Spofford, Airbnb offers. I've been in this space since like 2021. I've generated over $35 million of revenue. So I'm able to actually teach this stuff. This is nothing new for me. I've been teaching for a very long time, but it's one thing to teach someone how to sell, but obviously, it's a different story when it comes down to getting into the field. And that's why
Mhm.
we also had placement, which was a part of the program as well. How did you enjoy like the placement? Like what did you have access to, all that good stuff, so these people, have a bit of an inside of what's on the inside.
Yeah, for sure. First off, I feel like it's very important to mention that as a complete beginner, I was terrified at the idea of, I wasn't even focusing on that because I was just like, okay, I'm gonna learn sales. But having that placement operations specialist team and a whole community for that as well, just really made it so much easier because number one, you have kind of calls where the specialized team kind of trains you on how to prepare for interviews, recording your loom, and everything you need. And then on top of that, what I really liked is the site that we have that has access to just hundreds and hundreds of offers that are just updated every single day, where I can just scroll around at any time, like there's nothing holding me back, and just apply whenever I wanted to an offer that really suited me and my goals and my vision. So I can also show the site if you want.
It's up to you, bro. Go ahead. I don't mind.
Okay. No, I just like because I find it just fascinating at how organized. So I just wanted people to see what I experienced as a complete beginner because I'm sure there's somebody like me out there. So if you look here, so you have the site of placement opportunities with literally hundreds of offers updated every single day about how much you can make, different types of offers, setting position, closing positions, women's fitness, drop shipping offers, so on and so forth. The list goes on. So there's nothing stopping any person from just getting on that site, clicking on apply, and just taking the rest from there. Now, on top of that, what's really nice is that, while these offers are private, which is really cool, you do have the training with a POS team where they have kind of hands-on access to all these business owners and they know what they're looking for. So they, number one, train you, number two, prepare you for interview questions, help you record your loom, and then help you find the right offer that fits you as a person and your goals. Because a lot of these offers are different. You have a lot of flexibility in schedule. Some of them are more demanding, some of them are higher ticket. So they really help you find what matches you and being able to close and fit that lifestyle that you're looking for yourself. So I found that really cool.
Thanks, bro. Thanks. I appreciate it, honestly. I really tried to design it to make it as professional and easygoing for everyone as possible. Let's talk about you finding an offer because if I'm not mistaken, I remember when you started applying for offers, you were getting interviews like it was nobody's damn business, which was amazing. And it even got to a point where you were like rejecting offers, like people wanted you and you were just like, you know what? Like, I'm looking for something else. Um, so yeah, let's talk about the offer that you were selling on. I believe you're still selling it till this day. Um,
Mhm.
and yeah, like how many calls you take, the money you made, all that good stuff.
So when I started applying to these with the help of you guys and the team, it was almost impossible for me not to land offers because I literally had all the resources and everything that these business people needed. So I started applying, and literally within the first week, 2 weeks, just I started getting these interviews back and forth for different things. So for fitness, all different niches. Um, I immediately excelled to the position where they sent me the offer. They chose me from a bunch of hundreds of people to close. Now I don't like that I rejected it, but you have to choose what fits you. But long story short, I found this big e-com offer that I really loved, and that's the one I'm on right now. I applied to it literally within the next 2 days. I heard back, got on a phone call. The rest is history. We just started from there. It's really cool. The vibe is really nice in there. I love how it's structured. Starting since day one, I immediately start to close these big, I'm talking like $5,000 plus offers. And right now I'm making about $15,000 in commission. So on average per day, I would say $700. And I'm on track. Like I want to double it and be making anywhere from 30 to 40K in commissions. So that's where
Like
I'm
this
headed with
month
things.
for
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
blows my mind, bro. Like you were really a student. See, guys, the thing about Ryan is that Ryan came into this and he knew he was going to make money. It's inevitable. There's so much money floating in high ticket sales. But wait, what made him different was he was like, Ramsey, honestly, let's just focus on learning first, and I know the money will come. And that's exactly what happened to Ryan. What was really interesting though that you told me is about the guy you actually sold for. Didn't you like watch his videos back in the day for e-com or something like that? And now, yeah, yeah. Talk to me.
Oh,
That,
that's hilarious.
yeah,
So, long story short about that, New Year's goals, new resolution, the boards, everything like that. I'm a big manifester, so I imagine and I go for it. So his video popped up on my screen and he was showcasing his new lifestyle and he just bought this new car and things like that. I was like, wow, like that's cool. Like I want that. Couple months down the line, I'm applying to these offers and I land on a call and I'm like, I'm closing for this guy now. Wait, like, what the hell? Like I'm on an offer for a guy that I was watching on YouTube, this big ecom guy in the field. I was like, damn, now I'm working one-on-one with him. I'm on calls. I'm close with him. We're close friends right now. So I feel like, yes, the money is obviously amazing, but it's so much more than that because number one, the skill set that I'm learning, I'm able to apply in the offer and outside. Like I'm sure we'll dive into that, how you can use it in your everyday world. And then number two, the connections is just insane. Like I was watching this guy on YouTube and now I'm just working closely with him. So that is just beyond crazy for me.
yeah, that's crazy. Like that's really mind-blowing stuff. Speaking about what you mentioned, like yeah, like high ticket sales is great, learning sales is great, but how did this also sort of, impact you in a positive way outside of sales, just like with everyday life? Because sales is based around communication, right? So
Absolutely. Yeah. So I feel like the skill you learn in sales is you really learn psychology and you learn how to talk and how to present yourself with insane confidence. So not only did it help me kind of get things that I wanted in life, whether it's first off, I always get free upgrades on planes. I had to mention that. I always used to pay more for it, but right now it's just like I can talk my way into this. I got my way into this private, firm that has this private interview for something. I was able to sneak my way into that. So it gets you into these high-end tables that you get a seat on because you're able to position yourself with insane confidence and work your way around things, but also mentally because, for example, when you learn objection handling, you learn how to deal with different thought processes and perspective. But I was able to use that on myself, and now there's nothing that's in my way that I can't not do. So every obstacle in my way, I objection handle myself, and I'm like, okay, do I want to let it stop me or do I want to use it to break and go to the next level? So you get this insane confidence to literally overcome anything in this world and just become the best version of yourself. So it really helped me mentally, physically, just in this real world. It's crazy.
Do you feel like going through the program as a whole helped with your confidence just in general? Like I'm sure you were confident at least to some degree, but do you feel like it sort of took you to another level?
100%. I feel like even you remember when we were on the first call, like I'm a bit of a more introverted guy, so I don't really like to. I'm not saying I wasn't confident, but I wasn't 100% there. And I feel like after this program, I just, walk like it's nobody's business right now, So it's just crazy, like the 180-degree flip that I had just by following this program and learning the skills through that. It's just crazy.
Yeah, that's good vibes, bro. And like you came into this not wanting to obviously grind 12 to 14 hours like a lot of closers do. They do a lot of volume and I get it. They probably aren't the greatest, or maybe I don't know. People just these guys are doing volume, but you were a little bit different, bro. You really wanted to control your time and do what you wanted to do and just chill. Um, and like live life and stuff like that, enjoy the small things as well as the money. How many calls would you sort of like take on a regular basis? Like, what was your day looking like, bro? Like talk to us.
Yeah, so kind of like what you said, I didn't want that full time because I was trying to get away from that lifestyle and kind of have more flexibility to really use it to do what I loved in life. So I kind of set my schedule around how I wanted. I was able to take about 5 to 6 calls per day, and it was more than enough to get me to the commissions I'm on right now. And for me, that's more than I want. Obviously, I want more, but it's just the ability to control my schedule and the freedom. So, for example, I was able to travel this summer to the south of France, and I was still able to take calls around my schedule, close, make extra money, and then go party at night? So I had that flexibility and remote work that I really loved and I was looking for in my life. And I was able to do that through remote high ticket sales.
And like do you want to sort of explain to these guys how easy it was to control your calendar? Like literally, like what did that look like? What you just hopped on? Like for me personally, like I remember I just go on Google Calendar and I would just block it off and that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. So you set your schedule. It's very simple. You go to Google Calendar. When you're on an offer, they just, ask you for your hours, what hours you want to work. That's completely up to you. So you set that. And then if I had, let's say, a day that I wanted to block off, go out, have some fun, travel, I just block it off on my Google Calendar and I don't get any calls. It's that simple. You control it by a click of a button on your laptop.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. I feel like if you're not working remote to some degree, if you're not controlling your calendar, you must be a fossil. I say it all the time.
I mean,
Um, what do you feel like sort of made you different? Like, if someone's watching this right now and it's like, damn, like, I want to be like Ryan. Ryan hopped into this, absolutely crushed it. Like, what kind of piece of advice would you give that person, girl or guy?
yeah, I would say. whomever's watching, I know somebody's in my shoes out there that wants to take the next move. Maybe they're scared, whatever. I would say think based off the person you want to be and act based off of that person. So I know right now it might feel uncomfortable. You might be uncertain. You might have these doubts, or you might not think it's the right time. You're waiting for that right moment, but there is no right time. You decide when the time, and the time is now. Because if you were to just push it off, wait, there's never going to be a right time. You're going to get more things in your life that's going to just delay the process that you really want to do. So I would say number one, think based off the perspective you want to be. So what would that version of you that's making that kind of money, living that lifestyle do to put you in the best position possible to get there? Always think like that. And then number two, I would say move so fast that doubt can't catch up to you because we have a lot of doubt in this world. So if you're moving fast, that's it. And then number three, I would say the most important is you have to detach from the outcome. So I know a lot of people want to, just make bank on the first day, get to this, do that. I feel like it's very important to detach from the outcome because when you focus on the inputs and learning the skill, the outcome's inevitable. I knew the money was going to come. I knew the lifestyle was going to come. So I just put my head down, really focused on the step by step and the skills, and then the rest just came to me like it was nobody's business. So that's my advice to anybody watching out there.
Nice, bro. Yeah, hopefully that inspires some people because, we all need a little bit of inspiration in our life, a bit of a push to actually do things that we want to do. So God bless, bro. Let's talk about the coaching calls. Like a lot of our one-on-ones, we were, obviously working closely together, going through an agenda. You'd come with Q&As and all that good stuff. But we also did a lot of role play reviews. And then even, you being on your offer as well. I didn't ditch you in the dust. I told you, even on our first call, I help with career development with sales calls and stuff like that. So yeah, why don't you sort of, I don't know, break down what that looked like?
Yeah, so since the start, because everything's so organized from point A to point Z, um, so we were always role playing, just to kind of train me for these offers. We were practicing different personalities, different types, different objections, which was really cool because it made me think, just spontaneously being able to, move around certain situations. When I got on an offer, so I got the training, I got on the offer. And then the most important part, which I felt, was the training I got on the offer for development until now in the future is it wasn't just train you, you're on an offer, all right, you're on your own. I kept receiving that training on the offer and even more than that. So every time I have calls on the offers, we would always hop on our calls and I can show you my, call and you can be able to review it and say, this is what's wrong, this is what's right, this is what we need to do. So first off, it's general training, and then it's training based off the offer you're on so that you can hit your goals and kind of make more and more with it. So I really, really like that because it's not just learn sales and you're on your own. It's more so I'm gonna help you develop from point A to point Z, whether you're before, during, or after the offer, you're still with us no matter what. So I really, really like that.
Thanks, bro. If you don't mind me asking, like, how was your experience like with me? Because I remember when we first spoke, I told you like, you have access to me on WhatsApp. You could text me, call me whenever you want. Like, how did that go? Like, was I
Yeah.
responsive?
So
In the dust?
yeah. So I've like tried a lot of business things before and I've tried a lot of mentorships and things like that. And, some of them were good, some of them were all right. But honestly speaking, you were the first guy that I just felt that trust on a different level with because yes, I do learn the skills. Yes, you taught me everything. But number one, I never had full access to somebody the way I have to you. So the calls, the WhatsApp, you kept checking in with me. How's it going? We need to grow more. Where you're lacking. Like it felt like somebody was really seeing where I'm at and seeing me for who I am and wanting me to grow to that version. Like you were challenging me every day to do that. And then number two, I feel like as a mentor, like you really helped in terms of not really you would ask me, how's your day going? What's on your mind? Is there anything holding you back? Like, what do we need to work on? So it's really just this connection and trust that I had with you that really helped me grow to a different level. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem, bro. I just want you to shine. You deserve it. You put a lot of work in, and
Thank you.
yeah, no problem. And it shows. What about even like the personal assistant, right? Because like obviously there's times where things get busy, but I told you that you would get a personal assistant to reach out to you on a regular basis. Like, how did that work out? How did you enjoy, ha having someone just by your side if you needed to get a hold of me, or someone even just reaching out to you to make sure if you needed extra help?
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. I thought I had all the access I had until a personal assistant was there and she was constantly checking in on me. How's it going? How's your call go? Is there anything we can work on? What's your feedback? So I like that you guys ask us for feedback so that we can make sure everything is better. Nobody's left in the dust. Everybody was heard. If we need anything, I can reach out to her at any time. So it's just everything is in front of me. I have all the resources and all the access. So I really, really like that.
Nice, nice. Yeah, bro. Like at the end of the day, I wanted to make things different and I wanted to make sure that people had absolutely everything they need. And if they felt like they didn't have everything they need, that they had a place to give feedback and say, oh, maybe Ramsey should implement this or whatever the case may be. And then I would just get it done in a matter of seconds because I just want everyone to live
Mhm.
top tier. Um, how do you feel like you sort of took advantage of everything? Because a lot of people join mentorship programs and they won't see results and they'll, try to talk smack about like, I joined this guy's program or I joined this girl's program. I didn't see results. Like, what was different about you?
Yeah, I feel like, at the end of the day, you can only do so much. You can give us everything you need, but it really depends on us as people to really use that and kind of meet you halfway. Because at the end of the day, uh, you can do so much as to give us everything, have a personal assistant, all of that. But if I don't use those resources and I don't show up for myself to grow, and I don't shake your hand to be able to get up to the next level, nothing's gonna work. Like you're not God at the end of the day. You're not gonna just get me out of bed and do this?
Yeah.
So you have to make sure whoever's watching this that you have to show up for yourself. Like the calls are there, you have to show up to the calls. Ramsey's there for you, you have to ask him questions. The personal assistant is helping you, whatever you need, you have to tell her, I need this, this, and that. So you have to show up for yourself. That is the only way that you can get the results you're looking for.
Yeah. It's true though, like I really again, like I've been doing this for a long time and I know what it takes for people to see success. And obviously, group coaching, one-on-one coaching, role play reviews, sales call reviews, like all the documents, the boards, all that stuff is great. But it's exactly what you said. I can't come into your bedroom and say, wake the fuck up, let's rock the boat. It's something that you have to do internally, which you did. And, you're seeing great results, which is fucking fantastic, man. Honestly. What's next for you, bro? Talk to me.
Honestly, like now that I know there's nothing that I can't do, I feel like the next thing would be to double my commissions. And then on top of that, just really grow. Like I want my career to just, make more money, live more of my lifestyle, kind of give back and spend more time with the people I like, my friends, my family. So it's just what I do, just doubling down on that. I feel like that's my next step.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Any last words for the people watching?
Any last words? I feel like if you're watching this and you're not taking action right now, what are you doing? So it doesn't hurt. Literally just show up for yourself, learn about this. Remote high ticket sales is the way. There's so much money potential to be made. Everybody's doing this. So if you're watching this, just take action. That's all I can say. Trust me, you won't regret it.
You guys already know the vibes. You heard it here from Ryan himself, the full experience, nothing to damn hide. If you guys want to join top tier closers or you have any other questions and you want to figure out what's on the inside, how it's all going to work, the game plan that we're going to create for you, there is a link in the description. Feel free to book a call. It's no pressure. We just actually want to see if we could help you and if you mean business to some degree. Because if you mean business to some degree, I'll tell you this, myself and our team will make sure that you mean business for life. So again, link in the bio. If you want to book a call, by all means. Ramsey, the founder of Top Tier Closers, it's time for you to rock a boat. Ryan, who's absolutely fantastic, fucking guy impresses me so much. Thanks for being here, brother. I don't know what else to say, bro, but I wish you all the best. I wish you hundreds of thousands of dollars in commissions, honestly. I feel like it's inevitable with your skill. You're going to continuously grow. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. We'll make another testimonial in the future once you get to 50K or something like that. Probably by like
Let's
Jan.
get it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. Let's get it.
No problem. Talk to you guys soon. Ciao.